Hi, everybody. Welcome to A Kiss for Luck. I'm Steve.
I'm Charisse.
And the third leg of our triangle, our stool, our buddy, Mike Crutchfield from Northern California. How are you, Mike?
I'm doing well. Thank you for asking. Ready to go and give out some winners.
Okay, well, let's get right to it, shall we? Because that's what people want. Like, subscribe to this channel, please. Let's keep this ball rolling. We're giving out winners, and Mike's gonna give us his best right now. Where are you going, Mike?
Yeah, so I'm gonna go to Belmont late pick five for Saturday. It starts in the sixth race.
All right.
Okay, and I'm gonna use three horses. I'm gonna use the number two, Gold Sovereign. You get Pratt and Chad Brown on the turf. You can never go wrong there.
Yep.
And I'm gonna use the number eight. Here's Johnny, and you get Ray Handle on that one. And I'm gonna use my top preference. I'm gonna use the number one, um, Organti, Organite, is what I'm gonna use at 4-1. I think that horse is gonna be had to prep. All systems on go now. Should be coming late and mow him down in the lane.
Fabulous. 1, 2, 8 in the first leg. Next leg.
Yeah, so I'm gonna go to race seven, and once again I'm gonna use three horses, and I'm gonna use the number three, and the number three is Intricate Spirit, and that's Manny Franco and Miguel Clement, and this horse has back class, ran in the Breeders' Cup sprint back last year and just has some back class, gets easier today. That horse is 3-1, so I'm going to add that one, and I'm going to use the number two, Track Tiger. I like this horse because it has California speed. Looks like the only speed in the race. So you got that one that you got to catch. So I like the California speed there. And if those two get up there and decide they don't want to finish at 6 furlongs, I got the number nine as my top preference. It's a lock. It's a lock, and that horse will be coming late. Top preference at 6-1.
Hmm.
Beautiful, beautiful. So that's 2, 3, 9, with 9 being your top preference to mow them down. Next leg.
Okay, race number eight. Again, this race is I really like this race because it's got a lot of good old hard knocking horses in here, and then it got some young ones in here too. So I'm going to use three horses once again. I'm gonna use the number seven, Classius, with Johnny V. You can never leave Johnny V out, it seems these days. So I got that one, and I'm going to use the number four, Dreamlike, another hard knocking 6-year-old. This horse has been knocking around, Aqueduct for a long time. I like the trainer. I like the jockey. Linda doing no wrong. She's training at 29%, and but I'm going to use as my top choice, the number five. Jose Lascano in Whittington Park. This horse is third time off the layoff and should really like the mile and an eighth distance. Has run that distance four times with two wins and two thirds. So that's the horse I like. That's my top preference.
Hmm.
And that horse also is the only 8-time winner in that field. So he knows how to find the winner's circle, right?
Yeah, hard knocker. That's what I'm saying. These are some hard knocking horses there. So yeah, one of the reasons why I like them. So and then we're gonna go to race nine, Steve. I'm gonna use three horses here. This is pretty tough. This is a pretty salty race here.
Yeah.
So feel free to add one or take one of mine's off and add one of yours. But the three I'm gonna use is I'm gonna use the number seven, um, Madagascar. I'm going to use that one. I like Miguel Clement on the turf, having a pretty good meet. He's training at 26%. Gets one of his jockey that he's been using recently. So I'm gonna use that one, and I'm gonna use the number 6 kid Cairo. Gonna use him. This horse is coming from Gulfstream, been showing late interest, and it's hard to close that on that Gulfstream turf. So I think that this will be a turf course that is more likely that this horse can do some late running. I see it all the time on this turf course at Aqueduct. And my top set selection is going to be the number 10, Freaky. And again, love Todd Pletcher when he reaches in and gets Kendrick. They're 25% together. When he gets Kendrick down there, he generally likes the horse, and so that's going to be my top selection at 5-1.
Beautiful, beautiful. So that is 6, 7, and 10.
Yes, yes, sir. And finally, the 10th race, I'm going to use three horses here. I'm going to use the number 1, which was the beaten favorite last time over the course. Done nothing wrong over the course. Been on the course 3 times, has 2 seconds and a third. Got into trouble the last time. This horse is 9-2, so I'm going to use that one. I think you can put that one in there. And then the other horse I'm going to use is the number 9, Innate. I like Philip Antonucci. I like this horse. 3rd time off the layoff, which is something I really, really like. Reaches in for Ricardo Santana Jr. They do really well together. They're at a 26% on their combinations. So I like that one. But I'm going to use as my top selection um, the number 10, Soon to Be King. And I like this horse. Show late interest a little bit there. Major jockey upgrade from Eric Cancel to Javier Castellano, and I this combination does really, really well together, 26%. And I think that they're live because they're reaching in and getting JJ.
Yeah.
They're reaching in and getting him, and they get serious when they reach in and get him. So I think that this horse is a good play across the board. Hopefully you can get 15-1 there, but really like that one.
There you go. That's the 1, 9, 10, 10 being your pick. Soon to be king with Castellano. And people kind of forget that Castellano was king of Gulfstream for years.
Oh,
I mean,
yeah.
he was a 35% jockey for a long time. I mean, we're talking Eclipse Award winner. He was the king of Gulfstream. He really was back probably 10, 15 years ago.
Yeah, he can flat out horseback. So I love playing him because you forget about him, and here he comes.
Yeah. Oh yeah, you got that right. Okay, and that is a $108 ticket. Is that your typical 108?
The 108. I try to make it affordable, and so 108.
Okay, beautiful. So that is 3 by 3 by 3 by 3 by 3 by 3. Yes, it is Noah's Ark +1, we like to call it. So that's what
Yes.
we're gonna book for Mike Critchfield. Charisse,
Yes.
what are we doing, Charisse?
Well, before I give out anything, I want to wish we have 2 friends starting horses today and tomorrow. Today, our friend Jerry Wallace has his little bit filly running in the 3rd race. Armando Aguilar was on board, and I was in the winner's circle with Jerry and Bill Branch, the owner, and Jerry's wife, Norette, at Los Al when she won last time. And Armando came up to Norette and whispered, which I heard, "Let's keep going with this filly. She's moving up." So I looked at Norette. Norette goes, "Oh, okay." And so now Jerry's sending her on the grass. He feels she's a strong grass filly today in the 3rd race. We wish him all the luck. Bill Branch, former partner of ours many years ago, owns this horse outright, and go get him. 10-1 morning line. Tomorrow we will be at Santa Anita in Front Runner. representing, of course, for our friends Pete and Ev Perella, Legacy Ranch. Their homebred filly Mohaven. No, yes,
Mohaven.
Mohaven is running in the Malaire Stakes tomorrow, and we are so excited. She is 3 to 5 morning line. I think she can get the distance. We're rooting, so hopefully we'll see everybody out there in the winner's circle and travels. And we have Jaramillo on board again. So very exciting. So best of luck to Jerry.
He's doing nothing wrong.
I know. So I'm going to go to Santa Anita tomorrow since we will be there. And I'm going to do a late pick 5, morphing into the late pick 4. Here's my dilemma. The 5th race starts the late pick 5, Mike, Steve. I was going to single the 5, Trojan Mafia, but I have a question mark. Not so sure I want a single. So this is going to double my pick 5 ticket.
Hold on, Charisse, I've got to raise my hand here. That starts at pick 6, the 5th race.
Oh, I'm sorry.
So you don't have a dilemma at all, do you?
Oh,
no dilemma.
Okay. So the 6th race starts the pick 5.
No dilemma whatsoever, dear. You go for it.
Oh, you know what? DRF cut off. It said starts pick, and it doesn't say 6 or 5. I just assumed it was 5. Okay.
What you can do, whatever you're about to tell us, you could do a pick 6, starting in the 5th race, singling Trojan horse, the Trojan Mafia. So anyway, go ahead and
yes,
what you want.
True.
Honey.
But let me give out my long shot in that race because I want Mike to look and you to look at this horse. In the 5th race, the reason I was not going to single is I'm going to bet this horse across the board. Number 7, Son of One-Eyed Mama. Here's the reason I like this horse. First time out, inside, climbed, turn, and tired, right? It's Hector Palma. Jaramillo was on him. He's on him again. However, this horse went off at almost 5 to 1. So it wasn't like looking at a 30 to 1 shot firster. It was a maiden 12-5. He's staying at this level. Hector's keeping him at this level. 20 to 1 morning line. So maybe I'll do my favorite exacta, number 7, Son of One-Eyed Mama, to the field. And hopefully we get him home. But anyway, all right, let's go to the 6th race. I'm going to start with a single. Number 7, Fly Over. Enough said. Even money morning line. Class of the race, it's all over when Fly Over wins. Okay. 7th race. 7th race is our friend's race. I thought about singling Mohaven, but since she's never been this distance, I'm going to double up here. I'm going to go Mohaven is my first pick, of course, number 4, but I am going to use the 3. Run with Liberty, Jeff Mullins, Kyle Frey. I'm going to throw that horse in there as well. But silently, I'm rooting for Mohaven, of course.
Of course.
The 8th race, I'm going to use the morning line favorite 3. He's a knockout. JJ rides for Carla. This horse is 2 for 2. Why not? Number 4, Trump Era. Of course, I'm going to use that horse, right? Maldonado Irons. I'm going to use the 6, Ventry Strand. I'm going to use the 7, Third Beer, for our friend Tim Yakteen. And I'm going to use my Stay Thirsty long shot, Fianello, the 9. Tiago's riding. The horse won an ungraded stakes last time out on the dirt. I'm just going to throw that horse in, pray for a price. And my last selection in this race is the 10, Scatalatta Ding Dong, Mikey Smith, Leo Powell. We go stretch out in that race.
All right.
In the 9th race, I'm using, I believe, 3. The 1, Cowboy Mike. The 2, Known Idea. And the 4, King's Ride. JJ and the Irons for Craig Lewis. I'm sorry, I lied. I'm also throwing in another Stay Thirsty long shot, the Gypsy Cowboy. No idea why. I'm just going to throw it in again for a price.
What number is he, Charisse?
He's the 7, Gypsy Cowboy.
Oh. Got it. Okay, thank
I've
you.
supported that horse, and I figure why stop now?
Hmm.
And then, oh, the 10th race. This is interesting because I didn't really handicap it because I thought my bets ended at the 9th. Silly me. So, Steve, Michael, give me a pick here in the last race. Preferably a Mark Gates, the 9 horse. Florent Giroux for Carla Gaines.
Yeah. I liked Gaines. It first time out. This is the mile on turf. First time out on the turf, 6.5 furlongs. Lost by a neck with Giroux. Was very game. I remember that race and pretty good speed. 115 and change on the turf, 6.5. It comes back and it on the synthetic runs a bullet 47, almost 47 flat, and then a nice breeze. I love the workout pattern. And I think if you're going to single anything there, it's probably the 9 Gains.
Okay. And maybe throw in the 7, throw the first punch, which we've bet a couple times before with Doug
The number
O'Neill.
7? The number
7
7?
and 9.
Okay,
But I think
got it.
that's a pretty hefty ticket if we double up.
Well,
Yeah.
no, because you got I don't know about big ticket because you got a single in there. I think it's something I can afford to play. So we'll see. I haven't put a calculator to it, but it doesn't look too bad.
8
Let me
times 6
take
is
a quick
48
research here. It's 12, 40, $48 if you double in the last leg,
for
24
the
if you,
pick
Oh, yeah.
4.
yeah,
For the pick 4, and then for the pick 5, it's the same amount.
same amount because you
Yep.
single in the first leg. Yeah.
Because you're single.
48
Got it.
is 6. $100. Make you holla. Let's go.
And I do like what you're saying there with that 7, throw the first punch, and that's always good advice from a father to son. If you ever get in a bar fight, throw the first punch.
Yeah. Don't be standing there talking. Don't be talking.
You're right. It might be your only punch you get in, so throw the first
Exactly.
punch.
Throw the first one.
Oh boy. All right, what do I have? I've got Churchill Downs, late pick 5. This is a very tough sequence. So if you want to add to this, more power to you, but it's a $72 ticket. So it's going to be tough to add to because there is some very dicey races in here, but I've got some opinions. Hopefully the opinions are correct. We'll find out in a bit. So it starts in the 7th race tomorrow, Churchill Downs. It starts with a maiden 20. Yikes. 6 furlongs on the dirt. I have got the 4 Jack Charles, Jose Ortiz, and Joe Sharp, major jockey upgrade. It faded back in his first run at Keeneland, but as we know, the Keeneland form doesn't really translate the Churchill form, and vice versa. You've got to take Keeneland different from Churchill. So if this horse didn't like Keeneland, I don't have any problem with that. And Joe Sharp gets Jose Ortiz from Corrales. I mean, Corrales, in all fairness, nice guy, but he ain't Jose Ortiz. So we've got Jack Charles, the 4 horse. I got him. I've got the favorite, Brad Cox, Rad Ortiz, another big jockey upgrade. This one ran at Indianapolis Horseshoe, and it was Dela Cruz that was on board there. Comes to the big track, and they get a Rad Ortiz on board. And you got to think, just try to remember the lower maiden races. You've got to look at what jockeys are on the horses because if the horse is questionable, there is no way that a multi-million-dollar jockey that has stakes horses underneath him all day, every day, is going to take a maiden 20 unless he knows that horse has got a shot and it's healthy.
Yeah.
I mean, because the last thing they want is a horse pulling up, bucking him off, whatever it might be. So these guys that get these mounts, they know that they've got something at least that's a steady mount that they got a shot on. So that's why we've got Exodus, we've got Jack Charles, the 4 and the 6. But in that leg, I also threw in a couple of others. The bomb I've got is the 3, Equilibrium. It's Paul McGee, Carrasco on board, first time Lasix. Good workout pattern. I like it. and he's 33% 1 for 3 with first timers. Paul McGee is, and Paul McGee's a good trainer. Paul McGee, our friend Samantha Siegel, she uses Paul McGee all the time, and he has trained her horses for years. He is a good dude, and it's Ammerman Racing, which brings back a lot of memories. So I'm putting that one in. The 9, Grab the Spark with Linda Rice and Tyler Gaffleone. So Irad Ortiz got off of this horse and got on the other one, and Gaffleone gets on this one. No downgrade there. I like Gaffleone just fine, and certainly Linda Rice. So I've got the 9 in there as well. So I went 3, 4, 6, 9. I'm spreading in a maiden 20, which everybody should do because it's a maiden 20, people. Hello. Next race.
Hey, Steve. Hey, Steve. The
Yes.
9. I'm glad you kept them in there because it's not like they went for some no-name jockey. They lose Jose, but they get Gaffleone. So I think that's very, very savvy to use that horse.
Absolutely. And it's Linda Rice, and she can get just about any jockey she wants. Like you said earlier, she's hot as a pistol. So we go to the 8th race, Churchill Downs. This is a very interesting race. It's 6.5 on the main track, and it's an allowance 25. And the conditions is what you have to pay attention to in these races, I believe. So the conditions are 4 years old and older, and they have to have started from a claiming price of 25,000 or less since November 1st, 2024. So these horses all have to have started for a 25,000 claimer or less in the last year and a half, coming up on 2 years. So you have to go back in the past performances and see which horses fit the condition. And what I'd like to do is I like to go back, way back, because that's where they're going to make the condition. So the number 2 I like, Pinfire. Michael Tomlinson, our friend that got us into the paddock when we were at Churchill. Michael, if you're watching, thank you, and to your lovely wife. And so he ran, ready for this? Claiming 20,000 race November 22nd, 2024.
Okay.
So the condition is November 1st, 2024 and beyond, you have to somewhere run a race for 25,000, and they did. So that tells me that this was probably written for a horse like this. So I love the 2 just based on that. And then we have the 3, same situation. July 26, 2025, ran for claiming 40. It won. Voided claim. And same thing with Pinfire, 20,000. Voided claim, came back and won by 8 lengths. So these 2 got very lucky with their claimers that they ran. They're coming back. They saw this condition, and the savvy trainer said, "We're in, baby." So we've got the 2 and the 3 in that race. I also put in the 9 Showtime. Again, Jose Ortiz and Joe Sharp, and he won on this one at Keeneland just last time out. So there's nothing wrong with a horse that's in good form. And you got to put the 10 in there, Get Her Number. Get Her Number is seems to be a winning machine here. Last 4 races. Lower level, we're talking Remington 10,000, Remington 10,000 allowance, Fairgrounds optional 30, allowance 12.5. But this horse is a winner. It likes to win. It's won 9 times. So I don't like leaving out horses that have won 9 times. And Robertino Diodoro, he's savvy, he's cagey. Put those guys in there. So 2, 3, 9, 10 in that race. Next race. 9th race. This is the Kirtana, a $250,000 non-graded stakes. And it's on the turf. It's a distance. It's 1.5 miles on the turf. And I've got a few horses in here. I've got the 1 Sultana. That's Alvarado for Kevin Attard. He comes down here when it gets too cold in Woodbine and runs his horses. This horse has won a grade 3 and then a grade 3. And now it's showing up at Churchill running an ungraded stakes. So it's got every reason to win this one. So I've got that one at 3-1. I've got the 3 Ira Stark, which is Argentinian bred, which likes that distance down at Gulfstream Park. Has a couple of seconds there. Not bad. Won at Keeneland, 1.5 miles. So it likes that distance. I think 9 to 5 is a little too short on it, but we'll see. I also like the 4 Golden Sunshine with Godolphin, Ewan Hardy. And that's the same sort of past performances that the other 2 horses have. Likes that 1.5 miles and likes to come at the end. So let's get that home. So we've got the 1 the 3, and the 4 in that race. Those are the only ones I have. Let's go to the 10th. I'm singling. It's allowance 50, 1-turn mile. And this race, I think, is Gethsemane, or you could say Gethsemane. I don't know. I can't figure out what the name of the horse is. It's Linda Rice. She owns and trains it. And Jose Ortiz is on board, and he's had a second on this horse. Rad has won on this horse. Always competitive at this level. And I think this is the class of this field. And I'm hoping, because I spread elsewhere, I'm hoping to get the prices elsewhere, and I can get this single home. If you had to add another one to double it up, I think I would certainly consider the 5 non-conforming, Brian Lynch and Luis Saez, because that horse is a speed horse, and Luis Saez loves speed horses. And if he gets it out of the gate, the 5 just might never come back to the field. The 11th race and final, allowance 50. And we have mile and 16th on the turf. I've got the 2 Heartbeat, Brian Lynch and Luis Saez. Again, got some pace. I think it's going to get out there, maybe lay second or get to the lead. The 4 Aviso, which is Brian Hernandez and the aforementioned Paul McGee. I've got those 2. I've also got McKinsey's Glory at 8-1. And the trainer is Sarah Schaefer. And Esquivel is the jockey that she's got. She's used him several times, 17% together, mostly at Oaklawn. They've been running at Oaklawn, 1-1 at Oaklawn. And I think that horse is going to be competitive in this field. And that is going to be it for me. It's $72. If you want to add that second horse, it doubles it to $144. Take your chances, roll the dice, and see how you do.
Honey, what was the number of your horse in the 10th race, your single?
The single?
The Ortiz guy. Yeah. What was the number? Number 2. Okay.
So you're 2 in the second to last leg, and the last leg you're 2-4.
Yep. The last one,
Yeah.
2-4. Yeah. I was just so concerned about the name of the horse. I didn't give you the number of the horse, and that. Sorry. yeah.
Okay.
It's
Hey, Steve and Charisse, have you guys heard that Kenny McPeak and Brian Hernandez have split?
No.
Yeah, Kenny McPeak is no longer using them.
Why?
Period. Nobody knows what happened, but apparently something happened because Kenny McPeak has taken them off all of his horses.
Wow. Okay.
Just so you know.
And that happens. That happens. I mean, we experience it out here with Martin Garcia and Bob Baffert.
Oh yeah. Just wanted to give you a heads up on that, because I know a lot of people bet McPeak, and they're going to be wanting to see Hernandez on there. There's no more Hernandez in his barn.
Okay.
It must have been something personal for him to just take him off
Sounds
forever.
Like Sounds like something happened. But he's a professional. He's not going to say what happened, but something happened.
Oh yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. You win a Kentucky Derby with somebody. You don't just say bye-bye for no reason.
Yeah, and the Kentucky Oaks.
Yeah.
You won both.
That's right. Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
That's right.
With,
I completely
Torpedo
forgot
Anna.
about Torpedo Anna. Oh my gosh. Yeah.
So it had to be big.
Speaking of Martin Garcia, we got to Los Al last Saturday after the Preakness, and we were sitting there with our friends Mike and Linda playing the end of the card at, was it Churchill, Steve?
Yeah, it was Churchill. It was very
And we're looking at the race, and I said, "Oh, Martin Garcia, 15-1." So our friend Mike says, "Well, Martin Garcia, wasn't he out here?" And we started telling him about Martin and Baffert and this and that. And then he wasn't getting Baffert mount, so he moved. And I said, "Well, hell, let's just bet him 15-1, right?" And he won for us.
So once it gets rainy and muddy, what I do, Mike, is on my iPad, I make marks in gray, like a gray day, to see which ones are the mudders.
Yeah.
And sure enough, Martin Garcia is sitting there, and the horse has been okay, but he ran pretty well in his 2 mud conditions, and his Tomlinson was off the chart. It was well over 400. So we're like, why not?
Yeah.
There
Only
were
if it were that
matches,
easy
too.
all the time, huh?
I know. It should
Yeah.
be, but it never is, right?
Yeah.
Anyway.
And Cherie, only if you had put your allowance on that Steve gives you, we would be you'd be taking them to a nice steak dinner today.
How do you know I didn't put more than like?
Oh, okay.
How
Wait
does
a minute.
Steve know I didn't put more on him?
I hope you did. I hope you did.
There's such a thing at Los Al as a voucher. You just put your winning voucher in the machine and it gives you the total and you go cash out inside when you're sitting outside.
Oh boy, she's hiding stuff in her underwear drawer, Mike. I don't know.
Yeah, yeah. Funny.
No, we're having a lot of fun, and hopefully tomorrow. I wish you could come out and join us, Mike. It'd be fun.
Yeah, we're coming to me and my son. We already made reservations. We're coming for we're going to Del Mar for Pacific Classic Day.
Oh.
So maybe we can meet up there then.
Okay, you got it. You got it.
Okay.
All right. Well, excellent. That is it for us today at A Kiss for Luck. It's a shorter episode than we normally do, but that's A-okay. Get out there, win a bunch of money, make your bets. For now, goodbye, everybody.
Bye. Good luck, Pete. Good luck, Jerry.
Good luck. Good luck. Good luck.